My mom thinks Miss Rachel is a legit anti-Semite and it sucks. Yeah, I think Miss Rachel. I think Miss Rachel is a great example of like if you think that she is in any way, shape, or form anti-Semitic, you might be too far gone. Like I don't think there's any salvaging that. If that's the level of like propaganda that has been beamed to your consciousness. Also, let's be real. I fell off this year. I am not even in the mentions for top anti-Semite of the year this year, which is pretty devastating. I must admit, kind of cooked. I am the most cooked anyone's ever been. As you can see, stop anti-Semitism. It's that time of the year. 2025 Anti-Semite of the Year. Vote for your top 3 candidates by Friday, December 12th. Tucker Carlson, Miss Rachel, Guy Christensen, Marsha Cross, I don't know who that is, Bryce Mitchell, Cynthia Nixon, Cenk Uygur, Anna Kasparian, Stu Peters, and Calla Walsh. And it's awesome because like this list literally has, first of all, they decided no more DEI, okay? It's clear. They were like, oh, we got to go after the whites, okay? We got to go after the white anti-Semitism. That's number one. Number two, how is Nick Fuentes not even on the list? Like, what the? For those of you questioning why Fuentes wasn't on this year's list, we have been monitoring Fuentes' anti-Semitism since 2019. While he was a finalist a few years back, his absence for this year's cycle does not erase his anti-Semitism. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They're like, no, we've been monitoring him. Like, you put Miss Rachel before Nick Fuentes, you're a psycho. Also, no Hasan, I fell off. Let's be real. Wait, was Candace ever on the list? Yes, Candace beat me. I was number 2. I was number 2 last year, and Candace was number 1. She beat my ass. Anyway, you fell off, goat. Defamation is essentially legal in the US, but if we lived in a country with real defamation laws, Miss Rachel would have a very strong case against these people. Yeah. Anyway, but it stays in your fam. Are they trying to self-sabotage? Why Miss Rachel? I need you to understand something. I need you to understand something. And I mean this very sincerely. This person is mentally ill. Like, there is no way to try and understand what's going on here beyond she is a deeply mentally ill person. Like a genuine, like a person who has some very, very serious mental health complications. Okay. No disrespect to the mental illness chatters. Okay. But this is like, you know, this is a person who is deep in the throes of, yeah, it's one person. It's not a real organization. It's like one psychopath from Long Island. And she's been on, I think she was on like CNN or something the other day too. Like it's not, it's a real, it is a really insane thing. Okay. She is like one mentally ill wine mom from Long Island. I think this is what happens when you have like schizophrenic tendencies, and instead of like getting the adequate healthcare and the adequate like mental health, people around you basically lean into it and they just say like, no, queen, you're doing the best thing, right? Like you're doing, you keep posting, please don't stop posting. And like, this is what happens. Like she's getting validated by other people who also have that same kind of brain worm, if that makes sense. And in my experience, from what I have seen, is this her? I don't think this is her. I think she might have hired someone. I think she's a brunette. I don't think she's blonde. So she may have hired someone else to do this for her, or maybe it is her. I don't know. I feel like she's a little bit older than this lady. Yeah, she's like a brunette lady that's older than this chick. But my point is, Hasan discovering hair dye? No, that's not. I don't think this is her. My point is, the Hasbara operation all around the world, but especially in the United States of America, heavily relies on people's worst mental health complications. My mom thinks Miss Rachel is a legit anti-Semite and it sucks. Yeah, I think Miss Rachel is a great example of like, if you think that she is in any way, shape, or form anti-Semitic, you might be too far gone. Like, I don't think there's any salvaging that. If that's the level of like propaganda that has been beamed to your consciousness, I don't think you can return from that. I think you just got to kind of give up on your mom. It is what it is. You know, focus on other stuff. Focus on other areas of agreement, and I guess like maintain a relationship and try to navigate it to the best of your ability. But I don't think you're ever going to be able to. I don't think you're ever going to be able to pull her off that ledge when it comes to Zionism, right? It's pretty. I thought you said anyone could change your mind. Yes, but also there's a finite amount of hours and only so much that you can do. Just because I believe that anyone can be redeemed or anyone can have their minds changed doesn't mean that you should literally spend every waking moment and exhaust yourself and all of the limited time that you have on someone who you cannot change the mind of. I don't think it's a no contact situation. Like I said, I will never advocate for like no contact unless it's like actually actively hurting you. You know what I mean? Like being around people is like actively a burden on your life. It's just that sometimes it's okay to give up on family members. And I would say that giving up on your family members, like if you're Jewish and you have older Jewish relatives who are just like they're out here saying like Miss Rachel is anti-Semitic. Like I understand if you have older Jewish relatives and they think I'm anti-Semitic. My name is Hasan, right? I'm Muslim. And I do not shy away from talking about like groups that are considered, you know, too radical to touch, right? Like I get that. I'm not an anti-Semite, but it doesn't matter. Like I can understand why like an older person could, an older Jewish person, especially that has like seen a lot of Zionist propaganda and internalized it. Like I can understand why that person could arrive at that conclusion, especially with the Islamophobia. Okay. Having said that, if you are thinking that, you know, white lady Miss Rachel, whose biggest crime is basically saying all children should be saved and protected, including Palestinian children, and that is like, if that's like anti-Semitic to you, that means you are too far gone, you are too lost, and it might be, you know, it might be time to just not, you know. You just save your energy elsewhere. I think you can have a lot more success elsewhere. That's all I'm saying. Chat, is this a green screen? Yes, totally. Anyway, is the jacket army logic? No, it's not. I'm cutting off my entire family because they're crazy evangelicals. Do you think that's bad? Hello? First of all, poo poo pee pee man. That's the assessment that you can make on your own. Okay? Like, don't ask me for that. I don't know the entire details, but like I said, in my experience, it's like it's entirely dependent on like how much psychic damage that's doing to you necessarily. Okay, that's it. Poo poo pee pee man, I believe in you. I'm sure you will make the correct assessment. The perfect summary of that list, yeah. Well, where was I? Say his name. You won't be laughing when poo poo pee pee man. He is one of the most revered and respected chatters in this community. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Oklahoma University Bible paper. Pete Hegseth ordering no war in Venezuela, new immigrant restrictions unlocked, and also stop anti-Semites list came out, and I'm washed. So Ireland tomorrow. Get in now. I trust a baby with poo poo pee pee man. When you think about it, the baby is the ultimate poo poo pee pee man, right? Like that's a baby automatically is a poo poo pee pee man or a poo poo pee pee woman. So that's just kind of how it goes. Same with grandparents. Same with cats. Is this the new leftist theory? I've always said that. Okay, does anyone have a blast off meme for me? No smoking Austin. He looks so cool. I will watch that after in a second. I just want to blast off real quick. Do you see the report? Crash Patel leaked to the New York Post. It's just people in the FBI shitting on him. Oh, that's really funny. Sorry to ask, but will you finish Dispatch before Ireland? No. Like that's clearly not going to happen. Chatters, come on. I can't. I don't have time. That's an insane, like this is Monday. I got to do Newsday. There's 2 episodes, 2 hours long. I don't have 2 hours that I can do on Dispatch. Some of you guys need to, you know, Gaming Frogs when the gaming binge ends. The gaming binge hasn't even ended. It's just like, I gamed for like 4 hours yesterday too. It's just like, gaming frogs are so crazy because they literally are just like, oh, you did 4 hours. Well, obviously the natural move here is to do 5 hours today. And it's like, no, sometimes I'm not going to be able to, sometimes I'm not going to be able to do as much gaming as I would like. Okay. I apologize to the gaming frogs who have developed an appetite that is robust. Okay. Okay. Do we have a bro? You're hilarious and entertaining when you game. Of course, you always are, but you're fun when you're gaming as well. All right. I don't see any movement in terms of a blast off meme in the chat. It seems like we're not getting a blast off meme here. Okay. So I'm just gonna use the Kuma one. Okay. Hold on. And also here is where the hell did my tweet go? Okay, I'll just post it here. And we'll watch Austin blasting a Siggy, a lung dart right now. Okay. Here it is.
When you like.
I can't believe he's
Who's trying his best?
Oh my God, don't inhale these. These are awful. Oh.
My man said, don't inhale.
Wow. He looks so cool. That's the skinniest dart I've ever seen. Yeah, Chunghwa cigarettes are very, very slim.
Oh, okay. Ow.
Did you use the cig? Yes.
Wow, Austin. You're so Chinese right now. I cannot believe he said do not inhale.
I feel pretty good.
Make your chatters.
That makes you feel good?
It does just take one. You know what?
Yeah, no, he's just is not for him. He somehow made it uncool to smoke cigarettes. Yeah, we were talking about this on the podcast. He thinks that he looked cool as hell. That's the irony here. He genuinely thinks he looked cool as hell. And now that I've actually seen it, I cannot believe how uncool he might be the first man to make smoking look uncool. Anyway, here is the blast off meme and the blast off tweet. Yeah, the anti-smoking ads are getting too good. Okay, they should just pay him to do this.
Okay, let me do this for you.
She immediately blows it in Caroline's face too. God, I miss China. I gotta go back, dude. He's inhaling it like a joint. Yeah, he he lit it up like it's a crack pipe. Okay, he lit it up like a crack pipe. He instantly inhaled it and then blasted it in the face of all of the women around him, leading to every woman around him running away, like turning around and running away. It's just not for him. It's just not for him. You know, as someone who doesn't smoke cigarettes and only smokes joints, what's the difference between taking a drag of a cigarette instead of a joint? I don't know. I mean, I've smoked both. Huge difference. It's not, you don't rip as big, I guess. You don't rip as big as a pull. I don't know. I don't really remember. He's nowhere near as Chinese as you. The difference is there's poison in the cig. I mean, joints are far more harsher on your lungs. Wait, really? I don't think so. I think they're both pretty bad in general. Vapes are pretty bad too. They're all bad. Putting things in your lungs is bad. That's why I quit smoking. If there was a way to smoke cigarettes and get that same head high without it being like bad for your lungs, I would do it all the time, nonstop. It would be the number one thing. If only there was a way. It's very difficult to quit. It was one of the most difficult things to quit of all time. Isn't that nicotine patches? No, I'm saying like the delivery mechanism. The delivery mechanism or just like if you could deliver the same head high and the same feelings and make it look the same without the poisonous impact, it would be the best. And it's not even just like lung cancer. Lung cancer is obviously the worst aspect of it, but like there's a pretty terrible quality of life adjustments that you need to make, like not being able to go up a flight of stairs without coughing up a lung. It's just terrible. It's just one of the worst addictions of all time, I think. I quit when my aunt was diagnosed with lung cancer. It made it much easier. Yeah, the smell is bad too, but it's just, that's everybody else's problem, really. Because you get used to it and you don't give a shit. It permanently damages your lungs, even if you don't get cancer. Yeah. What is this? I smoke weed every day, but I offset the damage by walking to work every day. Okay, good luck. How long did you smoke for? A couple of years? Maybe like half a decade? I quit before I turned 30, though, and I've never looked back. Did you see Charlie collaborated with edgy and racist Wubby, says the Omni-Marxist. Edgy and racist Wubby? What the fuck are you talking about, chatter? I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. I don't even know which Charlie you're talking about. Please, it's just, I shouldn't even be reading shit like this. Jesus Christ. Edgy and racist Wubby. Do you mean Charlie Kirk? Is that what it is? Charlie Brown? Who the fuck? Which Charlie? There's so many Charlies. Charlie. One cigarette takes 7 minutes off your life? I don't know if that's the case. All right. We have blasted off on that. And yeah, let's get to the Stop Anti-Semitism list. Like I said, Stop Anti-Semitism came out with the Anti-Semites of the Year list, 2025 Anti-Semite of the Year. Vote for your top 3 candidates by Friday, December 12th. And I have to come to the conclusion that I am washed. I am the most washed I have ever been in my career. Obviously, last year I lost to Candace Owens. I got second place with Greta Thunberg in third. And neither myself nor Candace Owens nor Greta Thunberg is on the list this year. And I guess it's because Stop Anti-Semitism as a policy of no repeats or something, which I think is really strange. What do you mean no repeats? Like, oh, sorry, you won one Oscar. You can't win again. Okay, what's the point? What's the point of doing anti-Israel content if you can't win every year for being the best at anti-Semitism? Like, this is weird to me. It's weird to me that like they have this kind of policy anyway. But yeah, this is a pretty decent summary of it. Zionist putting Miss Rachel but not Nick Fuentes on the dumb list. Like, maybe she should make up for that by doing like lifetime achievements or something. You know what I mean? Because or like a Hall of Fame or something. Because like a lot of people were mad. For those questioning why Nick Fuentes wasn't on the list this year, we have been monitoring Nick Fuentes' anti-Semitism since 2019. While he was a finalist a few years back, his absence from this year's cycle does not erase his anti-Semitism. Rather, it allows us to focus attention on other individuals who are spreading hate, i.e., we do not recycle candidates from year to year. And it's like, I think they should branch out and be like, who's the sexiest anti-Semite? You know what I mean? Like, maybe do like new categories, and it's not just like, maybe do a new way of just like adding additional anti-Semites. Like, what's the biggest like edge case? You know what I mean? Depending on how crazy this psycho is that makes this list, maybe they could just be like, who's like the worst liberal Zionist? You know what I mean? Like, who is the worst at like, is it like someone who is very clearly pro-Israel but thinks like some of the things that Israel is doing is bad? You know, like you could do a category specifically for that, where you're like not sufficiently pro-Israel, which means you're anti-Semitic, right? Yeah, the most Jewish anti-Semite, you could do that. Yeah, you could do like an entire category just for like Jewish anti-Semites, you know? Like, who's the worst? Who's the worst of the worst? Bro didn't win back-to-back and already inventing new categories. I'm just saying, like, the fact that I got nominated and then didn't win means that I should at least be nominated again, because I'm going to try. Secret Hamas member category. That's a good one. I like that. Millennial Anti-Semite of the Year. Yeah, you could do a generational breakdown if you want. Most anti-Semitic Israel supporter. You're not brand friendly enough. Yeah, they're like, we've achieved that our goal here. Oh, they could do, yeah, that's a good one. Most likely to become an anti-Semite, as in like someone who is currently pro-Israel, but like maybe too critical of Benjamin Netanyahu. You know what I mean? Someone who's like, Benjamin Netanyahu's good, but also I think maybe he should dial it back. And it's like, oh, that's most likely to be anti-Semitic next year. Like rising star. Yeah, anti-Semitic rising stars. Do you see what I mean? Anti-Semite laser beam or induced by car crash. You'd be so mad if you were to lose to Adam Friedland. I would be mad because I've tried so hard. I've been trying so fucking hard. Yeah, lifetime achievement for anti-Semitism. There are so many different wonderful categories that this weirdo could create. And for some fucking weird reason, she doesn't put her whole heart into it. And it's very frustrating. It's like, you can do better. You can literally do better. Anti-Semitic in remembrance. Yeah. Who are some of the top anti-Semites that passed this year? You know? Open presence. Thank you for the 25. Get the subs. I'm just wondering if we can go around calling whoever we want anti-Semitic. Why aren't we expanding the umbrella to Zionists whose whole political ideology relies on intensify harm to Jews? Israel needs to exist because Jews aren't safe anywhere. Endeavors to blend in the lines between Zionism and Judaism so people incorrectly conflate the two. Yeah, okay, that's boring. Okay, that's not... Yeah. Leora Reznichenko is definitely an anti-Semite. Also, she appeared currently getting sued by multiple people across the country. Wait, they're suing her? That's also anti-Semitism. That's... Wow. If you get defamed by this psycho woman from Long Island who has been able to present herself as like a serious institution somehow, like a credible institution, even though it's just like one psycho lady, right? If you are suing this one lady from Long Island for defaming you, you are the biggest anti-Semite. Most anti-Semitic IDF vacation locations. Yes. Thailand. Greece. Okay. 30 under 30 anti-Semites. I like that. I think anne bana şu diğer kahveyi verir misin? Bir tane daha olması lazım. So she's just one person. She can't plan this whole award show by herself. We're trying to help her. We're trying to help her. We're trying to help her. Why Thailand? I don't know. I see a lot of like posts about how like IDF veterans love going to fucking Thailand, and apparently Israeli tourists are so goddamn annoying in general. They're somehow even worse than American tourists, which is quite difficult, right? So no, I got it. So basically what happened is they literally have like no Israelis like placards and stuff. Yeah, they have like they have grown a real distaste for Israeli tourists. True, I went to Thailand this summer, and brother, they made American tourists look Japanese in terms of being well behaved. Yeah, there'll be like no Israeli signs and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, We Are Charlie Kirk live performance would go hard at the award show. Yeah, JD Vance performs We Are Charlie Kirk at the award ceremony. Dude, the sky is the fucking limit. I swear to God, you could have so much fun with this award show. Okay? Guys, I know I'm never going to win another industry award ever again, okay? Partially because of shit like this. So at least let me have something, okay? Let me have this award. Leora, I'm begging you. Please grow this award show and make it into the beautiful award show that I know it can be, okay? I'm not just saying that because I am never going to be invited to like the Streamies or the Video Game Awards or any number of different award shows like that ever again, and ever going to win it ever again. Let's be real. And this is my only opportunity to win an award, but I think you have an opportunity here. You have an opportunity here to grow this thing, okay? Make it the most beautiful award show that I know it can be. Reminder that Stop Anti-Semitism is just one unhinged lady with an internet connection. In a sign of how serious our legacy media is, the New York Times took her assertion that Miss Rachel is funded by Hamas seriously. Yeah. And Jake Tapper hosted her on his show as an expert on hate. Like, think about that, dude. That's how psychotic it is. You can be one cyber stalker, okay, with a deep mental illness. And if you're doing it at the behest of Israel, you can go on CNN and New York Times. Like, think about that. Think about that. That's how much legitimacy you get. That is how much institutional legitimacy you get. You can be a literal freak. This is the type of shit that under different circumstances, if she was like disinvested in like, you know, video games being anti-woke or something, right? Video games being too woke. If she did this exact same thing, which many people do on the internet, like if I was one of these lolcow autists online and I spent the last decade harassing female video game journalists and finding and figuring out which developers in my favorite video game franchise were trans and just like doxing them. And then I see this one psycho from Long Island literally get like institutional credibility, go on Jake Tapper, go on the New York Times, and have all of these like reputable media institutions treat this person like super sincerely, as though they're a serious figure, as though they have like something serious going on. I'd be pretty pissed, you know? There are dudes out there who are just as sweaty, who are just as gross, as they've spent the last decade on Kiwi farms and 4chan, cyber stalking people, which they call A-logging, right? A-logging people, and they get no credibility whatsoever. They get no recognition for their work. Meanwhile, she's getting all the recognition for doing this for like, what, 5 years now? I don't know how many years she's been doing it. Just lose gracefully. HasanAbi, OMG, not a good look. I don't know. If I can't even win this, who can I mean, what can I win, right? That's what it is. But yeah, that is real. Like that part, I'm being sarcastic about a lot of stuff here and joking about a lot of stuff here, but except for this thing, which is that this one psycho has been, reported on as though she is a serious figure invested in targeting and combating anti-Semitism in America. Okay? That is insane. That's insane. It would be like the New York Times bringing in a race realist, white nationalist, white supremacist as a primary source, a confidential source to disparage someone who had recently won like the New York mayoral primary or something, and report on his breaking news story about how this person could have hypothetically maybe checked the box in a Columbia University application in a university that he never went to 2 decades prior. It would be equivalent to that, right? Oh shit, they did do that. My point is, when it comes to Israel, all bets are fucking off. And these reputable institutions that are supposed to have some veneer of credibility, that are supposed to be first and foremost invested in informing the public, drop all remaining standards. And they behave in the most insane ways. It's crazy. I knew your analogy was too specific. Yeah. How does it feel to get mocked by Miss Rachel? I am a fedayeen for Miss Rachel. I will go to war for Miss Rachel. I will fight battles for Miss Rachel. I think it's insane that, nobody really takes this shit seriously, as you can probably tell from the fact that we're all joking about it. And I'm genuinely offended that I wasn't brought up this year as even a candidate after getting second place last year and losing to Candace Owens in the end. So, but yeah, Miss Rachel's awesome. I got snubbed for real. Yeah, I got snubbed last year because Candace made a much bigger impact, I guess. And there's no honorable mention structure that they have. But I think the very fact that they don't even add Nick Fuentes onto the list implies that they are busted. Do you think it's more than one person working on it, or is it just one lady? No, it is one lady. Or like, I know that Stop Anti-Semitism is like operated by one lady. Maybe they hired more people, because like there's always big donors that love funding shit like this. It's kind of like the ADL. The ADL basically cut down their entire extremism glossary researchers, because they have like actual fascism researchers in the ADL. They chopped it down this past year when they got the most amount of funding they've ever gotten. Like Jonathan Greenblatt literally was like, yeah, we're just pro-Israel. Everybody knows it. Fuck it. We're just going to be we're just going to be more open about it. We don't really give a shit about any sort of extremism. We just only care about defending Israel. And I suspect that Stop Anti-Semitism probably got more donations post October 7 as well. But you know what? My family getting a nomination is kind of like me getting a nomination, right? That's just how I feel about it. Even though I did fall off, let's be real. I fell off pretty hard. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Yeah. Yeah. It's cope. I'm coping. I need to get way more. I need to get way more aggro with my anti-Israel sentiment.